Today we're looking at the R&D version of the Dispatch Daypack. This thing has been out of production for a while, and I'm so glad they have these available again. This is the 2021 generation. I don't know whether this is the second or third, but this is the new generation, and they made a couple of changes for people who know about this bag. The key changes are, so to tell them apart, the key changes are the top handle now. It's sewn in on the back with a little bit of padding on it sewn in. And then the biggest change is that the shoulder straps are now on these clips. So they're removable. And a lot of people are questioning why that is the case. We still haven't heard from Dispatch why they made it removable. But let's go through this pack. This is a really nice pack, I think. It is, the dimension is right here. It is rated at 22 liter. The bag itself is 18 inches high, which is what I like, not too tall, 10 inches wide, which is kind of narrow, and then 8 inches deep, which is quite deep, as you can see the side profile. So it's definitely a deep bag, but it does have compression straps, so you could definitely compress it down if you need to. Let's start with the materials. This is, of course, Dyneema, and it has a classic crinkly feel. It is a 5-ounce Dyneema. I think it's just the right kind of fabric. So the pack is, even if you don't want to say waterproof, it is certainly highly water resistant. They have these AquaGuard or AquaGuard-like zippers. And as long as you zip it right with i.e. not leaving the hole in the top, the pack, I think, is going to be quite weather resistant. The back of the pack, so this is the controversial area, right? They have these detachable straps now. The straps are very thin, but they're actually quite comfortable. So I have loaded this pack up to about 16 pounds, and it feels like nothing on my back. It comes with a sternum strap. So this is not really that adjustable because there's only one webbing here and then another one down here. So that is a little bit of a strange design. There is a little piece of horizontal webbing here. They sell a couple of accessories that you can use to strap on the strap, like water bottles, their Fitlock keychain system, for example. So lots of fun things you can do with it. It does annoy me that for such an expensive bag, they don't include any kind of strap management. So I need to use my own little strap keeper to wrap this thing up. The back panel, it's kind of a mesh material. It's not very well padded. Again, I keep saying, I think this pack is a lightweight pack designed to carry not heavy load, so I think it's fine. One thing that people may not know, if you just look at pictures, is that the bottom of the pack is not Dyneema, which is of course a good choice. So this is some kind of nylon fabric. It feels like 1680 ballistic, not too sure. And then there are these buckles. So they're not, unfortunately, removable. So they're always going to be there. And it, of course, interfere with the bottom a little bit. If you look closely, there is actually kind of an angle here. So I think it makes the bag a little bit more interesting to look at. It stands a little bit leaning forward when empty, but when it's loaded, as long as it's loaded the right way, it will stand up straight. If you put stuff in the interior pocket here, then of course the weight's going to pull it back down. The bottom also has this shape, right? So all of this, I think, makes a otherwise really boxy bag looks a little nicer. So I really like the profile of this bag in general. The compression strap are not removable in this version, so they're basically G-hooked, which I guess is okay. The reason why this is here, initially I thought that this is not that useful because the pack is not that large, but it is nice to be able to compress it a little bit. Another thing you can do is they sell a water bottle attachment. So that hooks in onto this D-ring, and then you can actually use the compression strap to hold the bottle in a little bit better. Before we go into the inside, let's look at the front pocket. So there's a vertical opening pocket. It's set up so that if you're carrying this bag on your right shoulder, you can swing it over to the front and get into it, which is nice if you are a right shoulder person like me. Inside, it's going to be hard to show. Let me zoom in. So the inside has a little bit of organization. You can see. There is a roll of webbing, and here I have hooked in a light and a pen. And then on this end, there's a mesh pocket with a zipper. The zipper opening is further up in there. And honestly, this is kind of a silly design because it's hard to even get into the bag. Having the zipper there is just in the way. So I'm not sure what they're thinking. I guess you can put stuff in it and it will fall to the bottom, but then it's even harder to get out. So I applaud they put some kind of organization here. I just wish it's a little bit more functional. There are zipper garages on the top, and the garages everywhere else as well. So laptop compartment. Doesn't open up very wide, which actually I like. And it's just one large compartment. It is suspended, of course. I have today a 14-inch HP convertible. This thing goes into it and it disappeared. So I think a 15-inch, even a 16-inch MacBook Pro would definitely fit there. I could put two laptops in here, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put that in the main compartment just to show. So let's open up the main compartment here. Of course, it is a half opening, so not full clamshell. The compensation strap can be in the way. I don't think it matters either way because, as I said, the bag is not that big. So it is one opening with a little mesh pocket up top. Kind of small. What I use it for is just to throw my micro EDC kit there, or any kind of small pouch would go in there. The back wall has another laptop compartment and then another sleeve pocket up front. So I'm going to take my 13-inch MacBook Pro and you'll see it fits in there fine, but it takes a little bit of maneuvering because it is just right there at the top. And then an 11-inch iPad Pro that goes into there quite easily. Now, so I usually do not carry this much electronics, but I just want to show you what can go in there. Usually I would just put the laptop in the back and then the iPad in the front. One thing I like about this pack is there are two, the camera here, internal water bottle pocket on either side. So the 20-inch hydro-flask bottle goes in there without problem. This bottle, it's slightly suspended from the bottom. I'm not sure why. So you can see that it's sticking up a little bit from the top, but not a big deal. I really like bags that have internal water bottle pockets because it just makes it a sleeker look on the outside, but it keeps my water kind of safer standing up. The rest of the pack, my Air Slim Tech pouch, because everything else I have in there, just put in there. Older generation Dyneema pouch that can go in as well. There you have it. So as I said, only a 22-liter pack with volume taken up by the laptop compartment, so it's not that big. And that's all we have. You can probably squeeze a jacket on top. Zip that back up. Let me zoom the back out. There you have it, all packed up. And let's see, yeah, it is kind of falling forward, probably because of the weight up top. Yeah, so right now it doesn't stand on its own. But as I said, you can tell the bottom is a little bit lifted in the front. Wearing wise, it's pretty comfortable. So overall, as a Dyneema fan, and Dyneema is certainly the In Fabric 2021, I think this is a great bag. The modern look with a little bit of a twist, so it's not too boring, not like a box. The shape, the functionality, it is simple, but I think if you like a Dyneema bag, you like simple, right? That's almost part of the aesthetic. And it is just a great day bag. Is it perfect? No, a couple of things I would change is, as I said, the organization down the front. Maybe you can think of something else. I would look for maybe a little bit of a power swapping in the back panel inside, or another pocket on the lower part of the front panel inside, just to give me a little bit more options as to what to put where. Not that I will use all of those pockets at the same time. Overall, a really, really nice bag. So this is again the Daypack R&D edition by Dispatch.